The Gold Rush is one of the most important events in American and Californian history. Everyone is familiar with James Marshall and John Sutter, who both played a part in shaping the Gold Rush. However, there is another equally or perhaps an even more important pioneer in the Gold Rush and the founding of California. Samuel Kyburz was born in Switzerland to a ranching family and emigrated, along with his wife and 4-year-old son, to California from Wisconsin in the early 1800s. He migrated into the Sacramento area after that, seeking opportunities in the frontier. In Sacramento, Samuel befriended the famous John Sutter, who hired him as his foreman and kindly built an extension to his fort for the Kyburz family to live in. Now, with a strong relationship established, Samuel sought to help John find a suitable spot to build his next project, Sutter's Mill. In the midst of searching, Samuel found the beautiful Coloma Valley and thought that the flowing American River and frontier landscape would make it the perfect place for John's mill to be. However, his finding was not the only potential spot for the mill. John Marshall had found another spot for Sutter's Mill on Butte Creek. Sutter now had a decision to make. Marshall and Kyburz lobbied for their respective land plots, arguing that their land would gain more profit for his mill. Finally, Sutter decided to go with the Coloma Valley, Samuel's finding. After that, construction on the mill began, during which Marshall made his famous discovery of gold on January 24, 1848. This discovery, directly influenced by Samuel Kyburz, reshaped the history of California. The gold rush began once word of Marshall's discovery reached the East Coast, bringing in thousands upon thousands of migrants who were seeking a new life in California where they might hit it big. Samuel's role in the gold rush thus directly correlated with the large population increase and the massive economic success that occurred in California in the late 1840s. From the onset of the gold mining in 1849 to 1852, $207 million worth of gold was extracted from the ground. Along with that, only military-related migrations have caused a denser movement of men in such a short amount of time. Thus, all of California's population and economic growth would not have occurred had it not been for Samuel and his doings in the gold rush. After the onset of the rush, however, Samuel moved his family to San Francisco as he was not interested in trying to win in the mining business. However, even though Samuel had just moved to San Francisco, John Sutter gave Samuel a plot of land east of Sacramento in the ranching town of Clarksville. Clarksville, a town that sprouted out of the gold rush, was a crossroads service town where travelers and ranchers spent the night and grabbed a bite to eat while passing through. This business of serving travelers, whether they be members of the Pony Express or ranchers going to Lake Tahoe for the summer, kept Clarksville prosperous for many years. However, in the 1950s, the highway that ran straight through Clarksville was rerouted around the small town, eventually leading to the depletion of the village. Nevertheless, the surrounding area had already begun to develop, much thanks to the support from Clarksville natives throughout the years. Thus, the Kyburz family and their neighbors directly caused the development of what is El Dorado Hills today. All in all, Samuel Kyburz was a founding father of Northern California and an integral person in California's history. While Samuel Kyburz's name is not as famous as other pioneers, his legacy will forever exist through the success of California and El Dorado Hills.